In theory, we are live on the interwebs.
Woo-hoo. Not the interwebs.
Yes. The.
I heard that was contagious.
I mean, there's a topical ointment for it now, but it does absolutely nothing. So, welcome to Critical Knowledge. This is the 5th edition homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash. I will be your DM for the evening. Tonight, I am joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Ellie, April, Matt, Eric, and live on location, Millie.
Wait, Ellie's here?
I know that you owe her money, but I owe her money, so yes, I do tell her every time that you're attending.
Fine.
So, it's been a little while.
It has.
Anyone remember what happened last time?
There's something about a green circle.
The Green Circle Blues.
No, they're green. They're green circles. It's in the name.
But they're blue. When did we last actually play?
A couple
I
weeks
know
ago.
I was away Valentine's, and then last week we kind of fell apart.
It's been a couple weeks.
Was it the 6th? Did we manage to get together on the 6th?
I think we managed to get together on this. We were headed toward the volcano.
You were headed
We
to
were
the
right.
volcano.
We went to Plantain, and we were headed toward the volcano.
We wanted to get rid of our phylacteries.
Right.
Oh, also,
right.
we're going up to Mordor to throw in our stuff.
You simply walked in
Yes.
Yeah.
into
waiting
a
for the
swarm of
backbeat to
love
come in.
bugs.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did not
Yeah.
appreciate the bugs.
I was waiting for the backbeat to come in there to throw in our.
Let's see. Also, no,
But
that's it. Thank you.
We were not. I don't remember. No, did we run into something? We ran into things, or things ran into us.
Bugs are attached to me because I'm covered in sweat and fat.
Oh, right. There were fire elementals or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Please
also
let Millie have
bugs, and then
said
you
that
had-
before they pulled away from the McDonald's they're ordering food at.
Yes, that's exactly right. And the person actually said, "You ordering anything else?" I'm like, "No."
But aren't things usually running into us anyway? Because we are not the type of group that actually tries to start things. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we're not exactly subtle.
No, we're not.
Didn't either of them also have make the flies around me become undead and have them follow them around? I remember that very clearly.
Well, that is Ellie's character.
Yeah,
Because we happen to have a necromancer. So yeah, Arepa had this aura that was just killing the love bugs that got close, and they were resurrecting as zombie love bugs, going buzz.
But they're also
buzz.
sticking to me because of fur.
Well, the undead ones weren't going after anyone. They were the least annoying of the bugs. And then they all
They're my
died
favorite.
very quickly when a 4-armed stone monstrosity with wings fell from the sky.
No, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, right.
I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about the gargoyle.
And then I beat it up, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you
Yeah, I
did with your
remember that.
laser at the end.
Yeah, you disarmed it.
Literally.
Very literally. Okay, well, the victory music played, and you were all very happy about it.
We were.
And now you still have a volcano to go towards.
All right. Does anybody know which way the volcano is? Or do
Follow
we
the
just
heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, or do we just follow the heat?
It's probably that giant mountain right over there that has smoke coming out of the top of it.
All right. Are we lost in the jungle so much that we can't find the way towards the volcano?
No, it's that giant mountain over there that has the smoke coming out of the top.
Okay. Then why don't we head that way?
Okay.
Anyone disagree?
The heat warms my soul.
You're
It
not
helps
wearing
to ferment
fur.
the love bugs. It begins to rain.
This is worse.
Good,
This-
healthy Florida rain.
So it'll be over
what you're
in 10
saying
minutes.
is you're sitting there saying 7 minutes of really, really hard rain, 2-minute reprieve, and then 7 minutes of hard rain. All right.
Well,
Hey, I
except
was
for the
gonna say-
reprieve part, yes.
If it's Florida rain, I cast shield.
Yeah, you'll want that. Also, as an aside, I would like to let you know that the guy at McDonald's overheard me, realized I was trying to play D&D over Discord on my phone while driving, and actually said, "Good luck with that."
Well, we can hope, because what they were responding to, if I remember correctly, was that you were saying that you were covered in sweat and love bugs.
Also, that I was going pew 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 pew, and that's when they're like, "Are you trying?" And they saw the Discord on my screen when I pulled it away to grab the food.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing well. Anyway.
Okay, well, you would expect a reprieve because so far that's what was happening, but there is no reprieve this time. It's just a lot of rain that is very uncomfortable to be in.
Oh, are we visiting in June?
Maybe July.
Oh, that's the worst. What time of day is it?
The good news is the love bugs have been pummeled away from you.
That's true. That is what the rain does. What time of day is it?
Wet.
No. Like, is it like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 5?
At this point, you honestly can't tell. It is getting darker, but it's possible it's because those clouds above you are getting thicker.
Well, it's just because it rains at the same time every day. You gotta know.
Oh, you've been here less than a day, so you're not quite sure. I mean, you did spend the night last night in a hotel, but
okay.
The rain is coming down at an angle.
Oh.
As you continue, because I'm assuming the rain falling doesn't mean you all decide to just stop and stand there and say, "Oh, it's raining now." So as you continue to head towards the volcano, the angle continues to change.
Oh, is there a hurricane?
Well, significant cloud cover, pouring down rain that isn't stopping. Rain is turning sideways, significant wind. And I think that was a cow that just went by.
Oh, okay.
As long as the rain isn't going upwards, we probably shouldn't be concerned.
By the way, Hero this entire time is doing that angry noise.
Well, Hero is outside in the rain. Didn't Hero grow up outside? Hero grew up outside, close to this same latitude.
Yeah, but he's not, like, happy about it. And now he has people to complain to. Like, don't you understand? Misery is best with friends.
Now we know everything we need to know about Hero's character.
Like, if he was by himself, he would just kind of deal with it. But since he has people, he might as well.
The best part about this is this hurricane is the other party's fault. The 5 o'clock game. They were in the vicinity.
Give my strongly worded letter.
They were in the vicinity, and they angered a god. And then they went somewhere else entirely. They are no longer anywhere near this hurricane.
Worse.
So, waves start to approach as you continue. And you don't remember being that close to the beach, but those are definitely waves that you can see.
Why are we near the beach?
Coming through the jungle.
No, we're not near the beach. That's the problem.
Oh God, the storm surge. Okay.
Yeah, we might want to pick up our feet, mate.
You mean run?
I mean, it's fine. You can just get to higher ground. Florida has higher ground, right?
Well, we have a volcano that way. That's technically higher ground.
It is.
Technically. Shouldn't we go inland?
I mean,
probably.
Plantain is kind of one of those places that has water on both sides of it.
It's a peninsula. Are you kidding?
Well, right now it's probably an island. At this moment, it's probably an island.
That's in character.
Double time, people.
Can I use my cat running ability to get out of Dodge?
Yes. You can leave your friends behind, because your friends aren't cats, and if they aren't cats, then they're no tabaxi of mine.
Sure.
You do not manage to dodge the raindrops, though. You actually pick up more of them.
Yeah, that's right. I watched that Mythbusters episode too.
Well, as you continue,
let us continue to avoid being drowned. That would be bad.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say your journey does get more difficult because the ground has become difficult terrain. Some people would argue that ground is a relative term based on how saturated it is because, well, I've already described the scenario. But as you continue,
good thing I'm good at that. Terrain doesn't bother me.
It bothers the rest of us.
Well,
and I have short legs.
Me too.
Man, that's
we do have some short, stocky folk with us.
Fine. Hero picks up the short people.
Okay, so Hero, give me a strength check.
Okay, you roll, please.
That's right, because someone's in a car.
That is correct.
Okay, strength check rolling now. Oh, that was so close to being a nat 20, but it is an 8 plus 2. So you go over and you pick up the first gnome and manage that. Okay. You go over and pick up the second gnome, and you've managed to do that, but it's a bit awkward, and you're wobbling a little bit, in part because the ground below you is not very stable. And then you go over to the third short person, which is Dad.
I forgot there was that many. I forgot.
And you realize that even if you emptied both of your hands, you're not picking up a dwarf. Not a dwarf in armor.
Two I have.
I will help Eric along, our dwarven friend.
Okay. So,
Jaren. I had to stop and remember.
So every step, you sort of like pull on a hand a little bit to pull him out of the mud. We're having an Artax moment. Be careful.
This is not good. This is not good.
But as you continue, the ground gets to be a bit more stable, almost as if it's not made of like sand and loose dirt anymore. Almost as if it's made of like hardened lava.
Volcanic rock.
Ooh, I learned about this in my earth science class. Just saying.
Yeah, bad news is it's wet rock.
So slippery.
Kinda, sorta.
Depending on if it's sediment.
Okay. Well, you do still make some progress, albeit slowly, but not as slowly as before, as you continue to head towards the volcano. Every now and then, you are still seeing fragments of the jungle that you went through earlier, but they are like burned out husks of a stump every now and then, or some scrub brush that grew up since the last eruption. Things are very sparse at this point. Off in the distance, you see what appears to be a being that's made entirely of fire, just sort of reaching up into the air and going, "What a world, as it sizzles away." And everyone give me dexterity saving throws. I will roll for Hero.
Well, my aura may be helpful here.
What does that add?
4, if you're within 10 feet of me.
Okay. So
can I be within 10 feet?
I am home.
Yay.
Okay.
And
welcome home. Hi, Pev.
Pev is eating.
So did anyone roll less than the 15?
Yes.
I didn't hear what just happened. Sorry.
I got a 12 with the +4.
Okay.
If I'm not within 10 feet of Matt, then I rolled a 13.
I will let anyone who wants to be within 10 feet of Xanthus be within 10 feet of Xanthus.
Within 10 feet of Xanthus, I rolled a 22.
What is everyone rolling for?
Dexterity save. I rolled for you. You got a 16.
Okay.
So
basically, the rocks are very slippery. And there is still a storm surge that's occurring. Matter of fact, that right there, that's a big wave.
Oy.
There's a whole bunch of people in that stadium that are all getting up in a row. No, not that kind of wave. This looks more like a wall.
So if we're following on from the 5 o'clock game, then anyone who succeeded on the dex save takes 20 points of damage, and anyone who failed.
This game did not
reduced.
summon a literal god, so no, that is not taking place.
Oh, okay, so so the people who failed aren't reduced to 1 hit point.
Well, not yet.
I would like to say that what if I can quell the angry spirit with the art of theater?
You may certainly make the attempt, but the wall of water approaching you does not appear to be receptive.
Not even to the Charlie Brown Christmas song?
You may stay here and begin to recite the true meaning of Christmas to the wall of water that is rapidly approaching, if you so choose.
I cast Tasha's hideous laughter on the wall of water that is rapidly approaching.
It does not have an intelligence high enough for that spell to do anything.
Darn.
I can cast Leomund's tiny hut.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a 10-minute cast time.
It's a 10-minute spell, isn't it?
That is
I think that water's going to be here before that.
I'm willing to give you another action, but
casting time's a minute.
Oh, it is.
So it's not 10 minutes; it's 10 rounds. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew the 10 was in there.
Will the water get here before?
The 10 minutes is because it's
Ritual.
It's
it's
a
a
ritual.
ritual.
Spell, so you can.
But
you
I have
can
a
cast
spell
it as a
slot.
ritual without spending the spell slot.
Okay, well, if you
Right,
want to
but even
spend,
if you use the
if you want to
spell slot,
use
it
up the
takes a
spell
minute.
slot, you might be able to cast that before the wall of water gets here.
Okay, but what if I cast Ensnaring Strike and I use the vines to stop the water?
I don't even think
I don't.
Hero believes that would work.
No, I don't at all. No.
And you're using a different mic now, so I got to turn you back down. I had you turned way up because you were on your phone.
Sorry about that.
How dare you have gainful employment?
I know. I'm sorry. Let me see. I can speak in Celestial at it.
In all seriousness, your best chance at safety right now appears to be that little opaque bubble that has magically appeared.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. I would like it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Bubbles for the win.
So you all huddle into Liamon's tiny hut. It is quite tiny. It's a little cramped. More cramped for a 7-foot-tall, soaking wet tabaxi. Slightly less cramped for the also rather tall, but within average height, for a tiefling. The gnomes are doing okay, although everything in here smells like wet cat.
Yeah.
Do I have time to grab some fallen branches before we go into the tiny hut?
I could argue that you spent some time doing that while the spell was being cast, but there weren't any branches nearby because actually no. Give me a survival check.
I was going to say I thought we were in a jungle.
Well, you were, but then you got closer to the volcano.
15.
Okay, so with a 15,
Are we near the place where the fish people attacked Paige?
Oh, you got past that a long time ago.
Dang it.
Only Paige gets stopped early on. There's a border crossing.
Paige is
you
still
gotta go
mad.
through. The other group didn't even make it into Skelvar City, so Paige wouldn't get to meet them either. In my headcanon, Paige has, in her role as a professor for Skelvar University, organized multiple attempts at class field trips to the volcano.
Yeah, to the volcano.
And,
yes, absolutely.
And paperwork kept getting denied for one technicality or another, many of which involved rule changes that happened since the last time, where you couldn't find the right number of chaperones.
Mm-hmm. You forgot subsection 14B. Just
all the bus
right here.
Used
You had to
take the football team to their nearest match.
And the thing is, all the chaperones that you listed, good job finding them this time, but you were supposed to list their names using a number 3 pencil.
Also, they're all somehow your undead hands.
Yes, and they need to be fingerprinted, and not all of them have all their fingers, so that's not happening. Also, the person in charge of fingerprinting them saw them come in, and they quit.
Actually, Sorry, Crash. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
No. This is my question is completely tangential and has nothing to do with the game at hand.
Okay. So I will argue that with the
us.
roll that you made for survival, you don't find loose branches, but you do find some nearby scrub brush that you could tear some very not straight branches off of that scrub brush and take it into the hut if you wanted to.
Not straight is just fine.
Okay.
I will take all the gay branches I can get.
I was waiting for somebody to do that.
I opened the door, and I thought, as I opened this door, anyone who wants to can walk through it. I am providing a valuable service.
Can she get double intimidation? Because that was awesome.
Inspiration.
Well,
Yeah,
I will argue that Ellie can be very intimidating whenever she wants to be. I've seen some of her previous characters. But sure, I will allow you to have inspiration for that.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. All right, and the wonderful thing about Liamon's tiny hut it is quite impenetrable, which is great, because that tidal wave definitely would have caused some problems if you'd been in any other kind of tiny hut.
And it's also very pleasant inside.
Well, except
everything's dry.
Well, everything was dry.
I'm there.
Well, yeah.
So who's taking bets on who shakes the water off first? The furred tiefling or the tabaxi?
I am lifting my paws.
Haripa piles her branches in the middle of the tiny hut and uses prestidigitation to start a campfire.
It is green wood. The tiny hut is filled with smoke.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea. Why would you do that? We're all gonna pass out.
Give me Constitution saves.
We're all gonna die.
I'm not joking. Give me Constitution saves.
Sorry? I didn't hear you.
Everyone roll a Constitution save. The tiny hut is filling with smoke.
No, I don't want to.
Congratulations, Nyx. You stay awake.
I got a 16.
Memphis, you stay awake.
Well, the
Hero,
nice thing
you
is
stay
within
awake.
the tiny hut, everybody should be within 10 feet of me.
Oh yeah, you do get to add 4. The target number is still 15.
But
Yeah,
plus 4 from me.
Aripa's
going to sleep.
definitely passing out.
Well, me too.
Oh no.
Well,
This is almost as good as last week, where in the 5 o'clock game, a particular character who will not be named casts lightning bolt at the water elemental that
was
created-
soaking everybody.
That was everyone was ankle deep in water elemental, so they cast lightning bolt at the water elemental.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
Bell took a
glorious.
lot of lightning damage.
And the helper NPC had a crit fail on their death save.
Yep.
Oh no.
I don't do plot armor. If you kill an NPC, you've killed the NPC.
I'm glad none of us killed the child from last campaign.
Right.
Okay. Well, at this point,
So we had 2 people with healing spells.
at this
Yeah,
point,
but I'm not going to use it for you.
Oh, I
Ouch!
meant at the 5 o'clock.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm not waking y'all up just yet. You set the fire.
But yeah, you've got a couple characters that are currently unconscious, and the smoke is getting worse.
I am putting out the fire.
Okay, the smoke is still here.
if I drop this, I can't put it back up again.
Yep.
Do we know when Slake died?
Yeah, you can see out. It's opaque, so people can't look in, but people inside can look out if the caster wishes it.
Yeah, you can look out.
Okay.
The water seems to be receding. The wave has hit. You are in a different landscape than you were before, but the hut doesn't move, so it's not that you got pushed to a different spot. It's that all the spots around you have been pushed around.
Okay.
By the way, you are currently in possession of the only 2 sticks anywhere near you right now, and they are slightly charged.
As soon as we're above ground, I start patting as hard as I can against the side of the bubble.
Once you go out, once Hero goes out, they're just going to want back in.
Yeah.
They can go. I have
Actually,
to stay inside to keep it. You guys can go in and out as you please. Not the passed out ones, though.
Well, they can leave under someone else's power.
Yeah.
So I grab their heads and stick it out.
Okay. I'm going to say that I'm a nice person, and you don't stick them out into the receding water.
No. I definitely put them over the ground.
I'll save you. On the good news, there's no smoke in the water. There's smoke on the water
news.
and a fire in the sky. But okay, and the water is very quickly receding. It's almost gone.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. My repeater went out for a second, and so I lost internet for about 3 seconds there.
Oh, sorry.
But
sorry,
I stick their heads out so they can come back to their senses.
I guess I'm the stupid with the flare gun.
Okay, so I should clarify something. When you stick their heads out, specifically what you do is you stick their heads out on the side that isn't obstructed.
Yeah, so that they can breathe and also so they don't get hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of something pressed up against one side of the tiny hut. And the water that's receding is not... It doesn't have a strong enough current to pull whatever it is away from you.
Is it alive?
It's larger than the hut, so hard to tell from this angle.
Is it the volcano?
It is not the volcano. The tidal wave did not bring the volcano to you.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, true, actually. I should do that too.
And And, well, Nyx has advantage for certain kinds of perception checks. Hero with the 16 knows this thing is big.
It's big.
It's more than one thing. Well, no, it's not more than one thing, but it is all one thing is what I'm trying to say. I saw an 11. Was that your roll with advantage?
Yes.
Ugh. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's a lot of one thing. Looks almost like a giant worm. But that's just silly.
No, you can't eat my cheeseburger.
The worm doesn't want you to.
Are you telling the worm or the Pev?
Pev! No! Hi, Pev. I gave you your dinner. This is mine.
If it's not Pev's dinner, then why is it made of worm and meat? That's just logic.
It is. Yeah, he actually really wants it.
Okay. I will allow everyone who's unconscious and being held out the window, technically there's no window, but you get the idea, to make another Constitution save to see if you wake up.
That is a 15 on the nose.
All right, you make it. Your healer is still down. The dwarf is failing con saves. I have worries.
Yeah, that is a little alarming.
Just a tad bit.
I shake him.
Okay, you know what? Jaren, you may make another con save. Go right ahead. A 19, okay. If you had failed this, I would have said that you took damage from the force of the shaking, because Hero doesn't strike me as someone who gives up easily when doing something that can possibly annoy someone else.
No.
Man, you learned my character so well.
I mean, yeah. Also, Hero, give me a dex save.
Okay. I'll make sure I don't drop him.
No, that's not at all what I'm saying.
Okay. Wait. No, that's an 18.
Okay, congratulations. That is a wonderful dex save. That means you're able...
The 18's pointing up on my screen, but it said 9. I'm so
You're supposed
confused.
to go by...
In my log, it's just an ellipsis.
Should I redo this one?
Sometimes you have to restart your page.
Okay, I'll refresh
roll
the
again.
page.
Because the
right, now
animation for the
Because I was
die...
like,
The animation for the die isn't what's canon. It's what the box says.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it alters the animation to give you the result. Okay.
26.
A 26. So with the 26, you see it coming, and you pull yourself and your two companions back into the tiny hut as a giant mouth tries to bite off whatever parts of you are sticking out of the hut.
Oh, man.
You're
and
welcome.
whatever's pushed up against the side of the hut starts to move, because apparently it's part of whatever the mouth is attached to.
Should I try sticking my sword out there?
Spells can't go through the...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just snipe from inside the hut.
But we can see what's going on outside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Can I do
something is
another
wrapping around the
perception
hut
check?
that's very, very large.
Yes, you
Or
can
like-
do another perception check. If you roll above a 1, then you can see what's going on outside.
Well, for some of our party, that might be a stretch.
Ouch! But also valid.
I'm sorry, Father.
Was that a slight? Was that a slight? Slight to the left or a slight to the right?
Father, you got lost on a hillside.
Just because I have a plus
It's
0
true.
to perception.
Yeah.
Look, in his defense, he found a lot of pit traps.
I did.
I was talking about before we even went into the pit traps, and we were just walking around on a hill. He got lost.
And also he found the pit traps by not seeing them.
Check out this weird green circle.
No. No.
Yes, it's being formed by the giant worm that is slowly wrapping itself completely around the tiny hut.
I don't like this. I have a question. Sorry. Is it a plant?
No.
Is it undead?
You have already declared war against the plants by setting them on fire. It retaliated by rendering two of you unconscious.
Well, I'm just wondering because those are my favorite enemies.
It is a giant worm-like being that has already tried to eat you once.
Is it undead?
I don't know.
You should.
Well, actually, I know, but you don't.
Exactly. Let's check this, shall we?
I'm investigating. Can I intimidate from inside the circle?
It doesn't
No, it
appear to
can't
be
see
intimidated at all. Whatever you roll, it doesn't seem to care. It cares more that it can't get into the tiny hut yet.
I'm investigating.
It appears
Inside
to be a
the circle.
giant worm of some kind that wants to eat you.
Oh.
It was washed up here by the tidal wave. It's probably some type of aquatic creature, but it doesn't seem to be negatively affected by the fact that it is currently on land.
I'd like to try diplomacy.
This hut lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, God. I hope we're comfy.
But if I leave, it disappears. So
Oh,
I have to
I hope
stay
we're
inside of
comfy.
it.
It taps what passes for its head against the outside of the tiny hut, seeing if there is any way it can break through. Which, those of you who are aware of what Liam's tiny hut does, know that this is something that should be impossible. However, anyone who is not 100% aware of this might have some doubts as to the structural integrity of something that appears to be as thin as an eggshell versus something that is considered to be a huge monstrosity.
Auntie Nix,
Yeah.
this is like super magic, super impossible to beat, right? Your circle thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm good
Well,
now.
for the next 7.5 hours,
good
yes.
That's all I needed. I trust implicitly.
I'm looking around out a little bit worried. Like, I know in my head that it's supposed to work, but this thing is huge.
Do I know what kind of evil worm thing this is? Or just worm?
You've never seen something like this before in your life. Underwater
big-
is not your
how big around?
preferred environment.
How big around is the worm?
Well, it's considered huge. It looks large enough that if it attacked Jalen while standing up and it came right at him from ground level, it could probably swallow Jalen whole like that. But it's large enough that it could swallow any of you whole if it came at you from the right angle.
That's impressive.
Or possibly even an obtuse or acute angle.
Oh, wow.
It taps on the
Yeah,
outside again.
What if I killed it from the inside?
You cannot.
Inside of the dome?
Like its stomach, and then I go like, pew! With my laser pointer of doom, and I cut it open.
I mean-
thought you meant
Pop
that.
out like, pew!
What was the name of that character from Guardians of the Galaxy? Drax?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's who I am.
Well, I do have stats for what would happen to you if you were in fact eaten.
I'm not going to jump out unless we talk this through. But know that I am willing to laser pointer of doom it from the inside.
I will also tell you that from your experience in taking people out to shake them until they wake up, that
Yeah.
it seems to be the nature of the tiny hut that it's an in or out thing. As you are not the caster, you can go in and out, but you're not going to be like, oh, I'm just going to hang out in here and shoot from the inside, or grab father's sword and stick that out and try to hurt it while I stay in here all safe with an ace civilian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was why I was asking how if I want to get out, do I have to climb over it?
At this point,
No, I think
might
you just
have
walk
to.
through it.
Well,
I think you just
the
walk through
worm
it.
is something that you would have to climb over. Even the tallest of you would have to do a little bit of climbing. I'm not going to say it'd be difficult for some of you, but even the
I love
tallest of you
climbing.
at this point would have to do a little bit of climbing to get out of the space that you're currently in.
Okay, but what if I did a stealth check? I don't actually want to do that. I'm sorry.
Everyone sees you
hero.
covering your eyes and telling them that they can't see you because you're invisible. Whether or not they humor you is up to them.
Hero.
I will tell you, Axella, who is also here, pats you on the shoulder and says, "That's nice, dear."
Okay.
Hero.
I can put up cordons of arrows, and they can shoot them from outside, and we can hide in here.
Hero.
It's actually a plan, okay?
I need your
Get you,
help.
hero.
What do you need my help with?
I need you to toss me onto its back.
Okay, but can I also do the cordon of arrows?
Sure, but after I do my thing.
Okay. Do you know what that is, or are you just kind of saying okay?
I know what that is,
Okay.
but also I'm just saying okay.
Okay. I just thought it'd be nice to have, the defense turrets around our ball of safety.
Okay,
I
well,
understand.
here's the thing. If you're going to do this, then I'm going to ask you all to roll for initiative. I know it's a hardship to some of you.
Take a nap for the next 8 hours and hope it leaves.
You can't. You've already wasted half an hour smoking everyone out.
I really shouldn't spend my inspiration on my initiative.
I got a 5.
I got a 5.
I got a 6.
Oh, man, like I have a +4 to my initiative.
Well,
Hey, you got a great idea. Let's make a game log so you can see everyone's rolls, but let's make it disappear as soon as you click in the combat tracker to put the initiative in.
That's helpful.
A great idea. Thanks for that. I'm going to enter the 5, and I was holding my push to talk button, so it took me to a totally different tab. Thank you for that.
Things are going well.
At least this time it's not me screwing things up. Spoiler: it was Crash screwing things up. Nick's got a 5.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
well, I'm sitting in this bubble. I'm not.
Yeah, true. You're just sitting here.
Yeah.
Hi. My action this turn is to sit.
Yeah, the worm can't get at us, so it's perfectly reasonable for everybody to wait
for the
until
next 7 hours and 15 minutes. You're absolutely right.
I mean, I can do maybe one.
So
thing.
No, you can't cast or do anything. The minute you leave that bubble, it goes down.
I can cast something on somebody inside the bubble.
Oh, that you can do, yes.
This is true. You can buff or debuff somebody inside the bubble.
So is there anything that you want to do before Hero attempts a fastball special?
I can make you invisible.
I would like that.
All right.
That's going to go away
or
as
if you were
soon as
talking
you
about
toss
them.
somebody. You know that, right?
Oh, well, I mean,
wait.
I would argue
Hero,
throwing an ally at a giant worm counts as an offensive maneuver.
I would say
yeah.
so.
Yeah, but making a Reaper invisible.
you'll be invisible until you
Cast
do
a
whatever
spell.
you're doing. Yeah.
Make an attack.
No,
Which
you're
would be
casting
good.
spells. Casting a spell also counts.
Oh,
yeah, it
does
says cast. It,
Yep.
it says or cast a spell too.
Oh, it used to just be make an attack.
Used to be, but they nerfed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they caught on to that.
All right. Well, then invisibility doesn't help a whole lot.
Except for me, because I'm the ranger. That does help me.
Until you shoot an arrow, and then it breaks, because any offensive thing that you do breaks the spell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it wants it? Then it's not offensive.
I think it's safe to say in this case that's not going to apply. Is there anything that anyone chooses to do before Hero, having been asked by Arepa, throws Arepa out of the tiny hut at the giant worm?
Okay, so maybe I don't get invisible yet, but what I could get invisible later.
We'll put
Arepa intends to set the stage for a full-out assault on the worm.
Here's the thing. In the initiative order, we have Jaren going first, which is always good. The healer should always go first.
Dang it!
Because really, it's like he went so far last that he lapped everybody.
Right.
That's what.
So that's how it works.
But Jaren is happy where he is, so and not asking me fastball special. So that's Jaren's turn. Xanthus, same thing. Excella, same thing.
I assume all of these people are holding their actions.
Well, I'll dodge if it matters.
I don't think you need to, but
Holding is what I would like to be nice.
I'm holding a Reaper right now.
Hero is in the I'm getting ready to throw this gnome pose, waiting to see if anyone says no. Wait. The giant worm thing again tries to break through the tiny hut to no avail. It is now Arepa's turn, holding action.
Arepa is holding action.
It is now Hero's turn.
Hero would like to throw.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Got a 15.
You successfully throw your friend, ally, and adopted aunt towards the giant worm thing.
Hi, Auntie.
Bye, Auntie. Arepa, give me a dexterity save.
Natural 20.
You managed to grab on. Congratulations, you are a worm rider. The spice must flow.
Add that to your skill sheet.
Yeah.
Arepa's skill in worm riding has gone up by 1.
Dun, da, da, da.
And if Hero's turn is done, I'm taking mine.
That was
I
an
would
action.
like to. Was
so,
that an action?
Gnome tossing is an action, yes.
Do I still get 2 actions a turn, or is that just 2
No, it's
attacks?
2 attacks.
You only get 2 attacks per turn.
And if you use an
Sitting on
action, you
attack.
don't get attacks.
Yeah.
I thought it was an attack.
If you have a
Anyway.
bonus action, you can do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that instead. I was trying to figure out,
And you also have your movement, which you can do.
Is there anything I can climb that's not a worm?
No.
Okay.
Well, I
Theory.
mean, you could climb one of the other characters.
No.
This has been done.
Yeah.
In theory, you could stick your head out the top of the hut because you are 7 foot tall, and
I could just stand.
What's the diameter for the hut?
It's a circle. It's a sphere.
10 foot?
Okay.
It's a 10-foot sphere.
Okay, but that means that the center of the dome is 5 foot up because it's a sphere.
Yeah, 5 feet up.
So
No,
so
it's 10 feet up.
Not if it's a diameter of 10. If it's a radius of 10, then yes. But diameter of 10, if it's a sphere.
It should be a radius
Oh, yeah,
of
it's
10.
radius.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no, you can't do this. You can't just stand up and be sticking your head out the top.
I was going to say.
Maybe if you
I
climb
wanted
father.
it.
Maybe if you climb father, but he's difficult terrain.
But anyways, since I have a bonus action, I would like to use a bonus action. I'm sorry, my brain's just reading which one I want to do. You know?
Bonus actions. They miss. They use a bonus action again. They miss again.
Anyway,
They miss.
as my bonus action, I would like to ready ensnaring strike and then pop back inside the bubble.
Oh, you were never outside the bubble.
Because I threw my aunt.
Yeah, you threw your aunt through the bubble, but that didn't mean you went through the bubble. Unless you threw your aunt so hard that you went along for the trip because you forgot to let go. Then if you decided that Arepa was actually a living version of Mjolnir, and you were Thor, then yes, that's what took place. But otherwise, you are in this bubble.
And then I stay in the bubble, but I do prepare an ensnaring strike.
Okay, but you already used your action, so that's it. And next is Sir
Yes.
appearing in this film. So we're back up to the top.
Next is
Jaren.
me. Next is me. I held my action.
You were
until
holding your
Hero
action,
was
so yeah,
done.
you are going after Hero. Not going after Hero, but going when Hero is done.
Yes.
Because you asked to be thrown as opposed to, seeking revenge for being thrown.
Right.
Jaren will hold.
And I get to cast a spell that I've never cast before.
Oh.
I cast Bestow Curse.
Uh-oh.
The worm has to make a wisdom saving throw at 15.
Let's take a look at that.
Tell me, wise worm. Tell me your secrets.
Well, it does have a wisdom bonus, so let's try this out.
It has a what?
A wisdom bonus.
No.
It's probably not proficient.
No.
It makes the save.
What?
Well, that's not
It makes
fair.
the save.
At 15?
It makes the save.
That's doable.
Yeah, I know it's doable. It's just annoying.
Can I use my inspiration to tell it no?
You may tell it no without using your inspiration. That's a free action.
No, I want it to have to re-roll.
You can't use your inspiration to make the DM reroll.
I wish I could.
Well, even if you get to a level where you have enough levels in spellcasting to cast the wish spell, that's still not going to change what the DM does in this regard. So, yes, it makes the save.
I'm going to steal a potion from Zuda and make the worm subtract 1d4 from its roll.
You're going to steal a potion from Zuda.
Yeah, you gave me the potion of rejecting reality.
Yes, and that's a wonderful potion that I look forward to seeing used, but Zuda's not here right now.
Yeah.
And if Zuda was given the opportunity to be here, I'm not sure Zuda would agree with the transfer.
I don't know if they would agree with the worm either.
I'll give Zuda my chemical factory.
I mean, look, this worm deserves your respect. They went to a doctor. They went and got their doctorate. They are Dr. Worm. They do like to play the drums. Okay, I lied. They're not a real doctor.
And they're also not a real worm.
Oh, they are a real worm.
An actual worm?
Yes.
All right.
They're a little upset that you didn't leave the front door unlocked.
I figured I had about a 75% chance of succeeding on that, so...
Oh, in normal situations you would have. It is Jaren's turn.
All right, so it's Jaren's turn.
Jaren, so I'm out of this bubble.
Well, no, you're currently in the bubble unless you choose to climb out.
I choose to climb out.
Okay, you give me a dexterity check to climb the side of the worm.
Can it be athletics?
I would allow athletics. 15 will do it. Although that's a save. Is your bonus for save the same as your bonus for?
No. Sorry. Yeah, it's +1. It's the same.
Okay. Because I only ask for saves when there's a chance that someone's going to get really hurt.
No, it's +1.
Okay. So yes, you have successfully climbed the worm. You're not right next to where Arepa is, but you are also on this worm's back. If it rolls over, there's going to be some issues.
I have a question. Before we get this, my stats haven't changed since the last time I played. Have we not had a long rest by any chance?
We picked up right after the last battle, so no, you have not had a chance for a long rest yet.
That's not good. But let's go ahead, and I'd like to touch this particular.
You reach out and I'm not finishing the sentence.
Touch somebody's hand.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and inflict wounds, please.
Okay. Make your attack roll. A 19 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
The worm is not in water?
It is not.
I thought we were surrounded by water.
Are you serious?
5 points of damage.
I'm walking away right now.
You're currently right on top of the worm.
Wow.
Oh
that
my
was
god!
horrible.
I'm looking at the rolls.
How did you manage
in
that?
there?
I would love to
Whoa!
know, but on 5 D10s, I rolled 1, all of them.
That's amazing.
That's astonishing. Can I give Eric my inspiration so he can roll that damage
Not for
roll?
damage. You can't use inspiration for damage. It's got to be a D20 roll.
That's just wrong.
I'm gonna go cry in my corner now. Excuse me.
You have successfully given.
That's amazing.
You have successfully given it a skin rash.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast as a bonus action, cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
This worm has D&D Beyond luck.
Okay. A 12. A 12 hits.
Stay in my corner.
A 12 hits. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It is a giant worm that is
really
completely
big.
surrounding us.
It's hard to miss. And you can parse the phrase "hard to miss" in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hit 6 damage.
You have still done more damage to this thing than anyone else.
Yeah, no
That is any
kidding.
consolation.
My turn. My turn. Sadly ends.
Is it my turn yet?
We hear the sad Hulk theme playing in the background. It is Xanthus' turn.
Okay. I guess we'll come on out.
Oh my god.
And we'll see what my old sword will do. It's close enough and big enough. I don't have to climb on top of it, do I?
Well, only because the way it's wrapped around the tiny hut, if you don't climb up on it in some way, it's going to be very uncomfortable for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
then let me
dexterity
try
check
to climb. What was it?
Dexterity check.
Dexterity check or
Dexterity
did
check to
somebody do
climb
athletics?
out of the tiny hut and onto the worm.
You said athletics was okay.
Yes, athletics is okay.
Okay, because I'm much better at that.
Yeah.
Except I rolled a 1.
Okay, so you draw
We're
your
cursed.
sword and prepare to do your best and start climbing out of the hut. And apparently the worm was just recently in the ocean, so there's like a wad of kelp that you put your hand right on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
Can I
really
give-
firmly attached to anything, so you just slide right back down the side and back into the hut.
Friends,
Can I give my
I'm
inspiration? Can I give my inspiration to Xanthus?
You may give your inspiration to Xanthus.
All right. Let's try that again, shall we?
Millie is sharing a GIF not of any of the characters, but of the players.
Well, it improved, but not by much.
And 11, sure, I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right. Let's climb up and stick it with my sword.
But to be fair, you're closer to the tail end.
Okay. I don't care where I stick it.
Well, I'm saying that because it's narrower at that end. So there wasn't as much climb.
I really hope this isn't one of those worms where you cut it in half and it turns into 2 worms.
It wasn't going to be.
Don't!
Okay, there's an 18 for the first sword stick.
An 18 will hit.
Finally, something. Someone rolled well.
Yeah.
Excuse
right,
me.
8
The
points of
spiritual weapon
damage.
hit.
And
8
if that doesn't annoy it, we'll stick it again.
I mean, yes, it does annoy it, but I imagine you're going to stick it again anyway.
Yeah. There's another. Well, that's an 11. Has anybody?
Oh my gosh.
An 11 does not hit.
Yeah, I figured it's got too thorny a hide for that.
Yeah.
I'm just
More like
done.
an armored carapace.
We know what its armor class is now, though.
What is it?
It's 11.
Oh,
Because
cool.
it's 12
11
hit.
missed.
Oh, it did? A 12 hit?
A 12 hit,
Yeah.
11 missed.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So I need a
Is it my
5.
turn yet?
No, it's Excella's turn.
Okay.
Excella also attempts to climb out. And that's a nat 20. Excella makes it look
right.
easy. It's more like she just walks out.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
what
that she was
happened.
with us.
I spent all my luck on landing on the worm.
Yeah, true. I forgot that the angel was with us.
Yeah.
Okay, first attack. There we go. That's a nat 1. Second attack.
There we go.
Oh, no, that's
somewhere
better.
Yakety
That's
Sax
better.
plays.
That's a 14 before bonuses. So that's going to be with Excella's sword. That is 7 points of damage. Whittling away slowly. Now it's the worm's turn. The worm has multi-attack. So it lifts up its tail and slams it down really hard. Now, for everyone inside the bubble, this is a non-starter. You're fine. But Xanthus, in particular, is near the tail end.
Yep.
And Ellie, to answer your question, the first spelling is closer, but still not quite. That's the
Okay.
combination of the two. Excella is not actually an accountant. She's not that good at math. She can handle basic equations, but once you start getting into like algebra 2, she's a little shaky.
I respect that.
Okay, so the worm is going to make a tail smash attack, and with its bonus to hit, that is a 17.
That will miss.
Okay, I'm going to interpret this because you're currently riding on the back of the worm as it brings the tail up, it brings the tail down, your teeth rattle a little bit, but otherwise you're fine.
Okay.
It is also going to attempt a bite. It is not going to try to bite its own tail.
I think that'd be cute.
That would be an Ouroboros.
It will be cute.
But it is going to try to go for the part of its body that is itching a bit because someone gave it a skin rash. So, Jaren, that is going to be, if we look at its bonus to hit, that is a 12.
That misses just slightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The armored dwarf dexterously dodges the attack.
That was some nice alliteration you had going on there.
Thank you. I'm here. all
Yeah.
night. Mostly because this week is only going to last a few more hours. Aripa, it is now your turn.
You know what? I'm going to try that curse again.
Okay.
This time with a less
With
wise
feeling.
worm.
No, it's the
First
same
time
one.
your soul wasn't in it.
I'm hoping it rolls worse. It's got to be the 15.
It makes the save.
Sorry?
It makes the save.
No! What type of worm is this? What kind of worm college did it go to?
I told you it has a doctorate.
Why does the worm have a doctorate? What subject?
Because it likes to play the drums.
Underwater basket weaving.
Gosh!
Okay. As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spirit Shroud.
Okay. I keep forgetting what that does.
I deal 1d8 extra damage when I hit a creature within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
And any creature of my choice that I can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so now the worm is a bit slower.
Yes.
So does that mean it's dumber?
No.
Dang it.
I appreciate your attempts at creative uses of game mechanics.
What secrets does it know? Why is it so wise?
It does have a bonus to wisdom, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know you said that. That's when I realized something was wrong.
It's usually when I say, oh, it's very wise, it's a bold-faced lie. Not this time. Also, if that's Aripa's turn, it's...
I was gonna ask. I can't cast that spell anymore. Is it okay if I ask what its bonus to wisdom saves is?
2.
Sorry?
2.
So twice in a row, it's rolled better than a 13.
I didn't say that. I said it made it save twice.
That means a 13 or better. Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Ellie is catching on. But Aripa, I believe that's your turn, so that means Nyx is going next.
Oh, I know what. I know.
Aripa is going to move away from the worm.
Aripa is riding the worm. How do you move away from it?
Jump back into the portal or the tiny hut?
Can I catch him?
No, I am moving off in the...
Moving towards the hut or away from the hut? Hut side or ground side?
I have changed my mind. I'm staying where I am.
Okay. All right, Nyx, it's your turn.
I don't know what's going on.
I'll tell you later.
Am I the only one in the hut right now?
No, you're with me.
Okay.
Nyx, what's your initiative?
5.
Oh, okay. So you and Hero
at the same
go
time
on the
as
same
Hero.
initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I'm personally trying to keep track.
I'm just gonna stay here in the hut right now.
I have known many that would make the exact same decision. In the Jurassic Park novel, that would have kept a few people alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say that's your turn. And Hero, what do you do?
Sorry, I just saw something. I want to know what's going on with this worm because I just don't know. But anyways, Hero's not supposed to know. Hero just doesn't know things. That's okay. So Hero is going to be very exhausted. But Hero's going to stick their head out. Oh, not stick their head out. They're going to get out. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I just noticed that I have a Baby's First Abyssal Primer in my inventory.
Yeah.
I forgot about
that. You did pick that up.
I did, but I forgot about it. I also like that you actually wrote a description.
Well, of course I did.
Anyways, I'm going to quickly do an annoying cat in, cat out thing, but I'm going to jump out. I have my ensnaring strike that I have readied, and I'm going to attach it to my laser pointing. Okay, 23.
This is something that is physically possible to do in Dungeons and Dragons, but anyone looking at the physics of this would just be like, "What? How? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works." And that hits and roll your damage.
Okay, so then I have this, and because it doesn't have, because it's been hurt before, I also have to do a 1d8.
So that was 11 points of damage to begin with, followed by 2.
Yeah, so right there, I'm just making sure I got everything, because I always forget this. Let's see.
Yes, Ellie, that is exactly what I was going for with that reference. Thank you.
Yeah, so I do the 13 points, then plus the spell. Do a strength save. You have to pass a 13.
The giant worm needs to make a strength save.
You know, maybe it's not that strong.
I suspect otherwise.
Well, what's the number I gotta hit?
13.
It makes the save.
I don't like this. So it doesn't get ensnared, but I do also do, well, I still do the 6 damage. It just doesn't get stuck. So that's my first attack. Is all
the damage. Well, all the rolls for damage.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
13 plus 6 equals 19.
That's a 19 to hit?
No. 19 damage.
Oh, I've already been putting the damage in, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I haven't done my second attack yet.
Okay. do your second attack. Actually, well, here's the thing. You said you're going to jump out, do the attack, and jump back in?
Yeah.
If you want to slide back in, you're going to have to do that before your second attack goes off.
What if I pew-pew really fast?
You are pew-pewing really fast. It's like a thing. But we're also involving climbing here, and I should have made you roll for that, too.
But I automatically have advantage at that, because I'm awesome and athletic.
Which is another reason why I'm arguing I didn't make you roll. But still, the point is, in this particular situation, if you want to roll yourself back into the impenetrable bubble so you can attack with impunity, you're only going to get one attack off. If you want to stay out long enough for the second attack, you're not going to be able to go back in right now.
Okay, I have a question. If I use my longbow, can the arrow leave?
No.
Dang it.
It'll be that it's magnetically sealed scene from the first Star Wars movie.
Now, if you're outside the dome, yes, you can fire your longbow. You can't fire it for a while you're inside the dome.
I just thought it was a good question.
It was a decent question. But
the dome is a great defensive measure. You can run out, attack, and run back in as much as you like, but you have to be outside the dome to make any attacks.
Yeah, we already did that.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to contradict you.
What?
Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. But
my longbow's not magic.
For this campaign, and I'm going to say this because I did this in the 5 o'clock game as well, I'm going to say you start going through the bubble, you go all the way through the bubble.
Yeah, but but if you're shooting a bow,
like if I'm inside fully and I extend the bow and you go boo,
I am going to rule that you don't get to it, bounces off the wall.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to know because it was a good idea.
Pretty much how.
That's
pretty much how we've always run it. Is that you can't make attacks while inside the dome. It would be too powerful for people to abuse.
Yes, I'm nerfing this because otherwise otherwise it's just a matter of contrition where you whittle the worm down to nothing.
Yeah, the worm can't get out.
That's not fun for anyone.
It does say objects are barred from passing through it.
But that we're talking about physical attacks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So typically the way this is usually run is that you must leave the dome to make an attack. The caster, unfortunately, is stuck there.
Okay, I'm going to stay outside, but I am actually going to switch settings to the piercing new pew-pews.
Okay. Go ahead and make your second attack.
Pierce it. So I remember this is -1, so it's a 27.
That is a glancing blow.
And then we're going to once again...
Now you have benches inside a church.
So 10, but then this is piercing damage. Just saying it again, just in case that does anything. You never know. And then I also get my extra 1d8.
It is actually, it gets healed by piercing damage done by tabaxis.
Wow, amazing. And that's
we would be in serious hurt.
So 17 damage.
Okay. It is now bloodied.
Also, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Oh wait, never mind. I misread it and I read it myself. I'm good. I was looking at the thing, it says Hunter's Prey, you get an additional attack feature, and then right underneath it says, and you get an extra attack. I'm like, does that 2 attacks?
Yes.
All the attacks?
Jaren, you are currently riding a giant worm that is bloodied.
I did all the damage.
No. I would like to touch it with vengeance for only taking 5 points of damage before. Oh my gosh.
Okay. That was a roll to hit.
Can I give him my inspiration?
You may give inspiration to a fellow player, yes.
Okay, you can take my inspiration.
A 16 will hit.
Thank you. Now let's see how you do.
1 + 1 + 1 +
19 points of damage is a bit more screenable. Okay.
I screen capped that.
No, you did screen cap the first one because that one was more rare.
Oh, I screen capped that one.
Yep.
That one's on Mastodon right now. I'm just like, we're doing well tonight.
I do appreciate that it says rolled with old school.
Yeah.
Which is the dice type, but still. And I do believe you have your spiritual weapon still up.
I do. Just go ahead and throw some haymakers.
23 will hit. In my head canon, the spiritual weapon this time around is actually a glowing incarnation of a dwarf that is in fact throwing haymakers. And that is 11 points of damage.
Like pieces of grass?
No, punches.
Oh.
Xanthus.
I'm now going to try to stick the creature again. Get back to... Come here. There we go. That is a dirty 20.
I'll give it to you this time.
Okay. Do we want to try one of our lovely smites?
I mean, it's looking in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, but a good healthy smite might end this a lot sooner.
A smite a day will keep the worm away.
Smite with holy righteousness.
I intend to, because I've still got a spell slot or 2 left. So let's invoke the Divine Smite. And I'm assuming this is not a... Where is it? Undead or fiend?
No, it is.
I misread the name of your dice as the Everlasting Lime. Yum.
Okay, so there is the smite dice. I did not actually roll my damage dice. Let's roll that. Okay, so it's 9 and 6, 15. Some of it is radiant damage.
All right.
If that matters.
In this particular case, it does not.
Okay, that was the first attack. We're going to follow it up with a second attack. And I have rolled a 14. We know our 14 does hit. So
14 hits.
Roll another D8.
As music plays in the background.
Yep.
You made your own music.
It's reminding me I must take my evening pills. Snooze.
Okay. 5 points of damage.
5 more points.
How do you want...
So a total of 20.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, goody. Well...
You're welcome. I softened them up for you.
That's okay. That's what teamwork is all about. I will just... well, I'm at the back end, so I guess we'll just lop off its tail, and hopefully that it bleeds out.
Okay.
Boo!
So you know that trope from pirate movies where you stick a dagger in the sail and then write it down?
That's better.
You do that with your sword, and that cuts the tail off.
And then it turns into 2 worms.
Yes.
The tail eats you. Roll up a first level case. No. So yeah, you hear the victory music playing in the background. You have successfully killed a huge monstrosity, and the reason why it was so good at saves was because it has a legendary resistance.
It has a legendary resistance.
Yes. So if twice a day, if it failed to save, it could decide, no, I don't. Not as good as a draconic legendary save, but still up there. You're lagging.
So
everybody's lagging.
Ayo.
It has been 0 days since Millie last beatboxed.
That's true.
So let's go back into the tiny hut and get some rest.
Oh yeah, because Nyx did not leave the tiny hut, so you still have it there to use.
Mm-hmm.
That is a valuable service that Nyx has provided for you.
Sorry,
yes, Nyx has
otherwise you'd have to sleep outside in a hurricane.
Service, and we thank Nyx for it.
I hold the last 2 sticks and I hand them to Auntie and I go, outside.
And
I've learned my lesson, and if the environment inside the tiny hut is going to be pleasant, then there's not really a need for a campfire.
Wait, what if we cast a smaller tiny bubble inside the tiny bubble and we put the fire in that?
then the heat wouldn't escape. But you could use prestidigitation to do things like warm a few rocks and let the heat radiate from that.
That's true.
With that said, I think, even though this has not quite been 2 hours, the next plot point would take longer than half an hour to do, and we didn't do a break this session. So,
true. You know that I won't stop talking, so we should...
Well, this is also true. And it's quite possible that we will continue to talk for another hour after the game ends. However, I'm thinking this is a good point to end the session for tonight. So thank you, everyone, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Fine, I see how it is.
I'm glad that we're on the same page. My name is Crash. I've been your DM for the evening. Tonight we were joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Ellie, April, Matt, Millie, and Eric. And is there anything that anyone wants to plug?
USB-C.
Yes, definitely. I think that should definitely be the USB of choice. Why am I stuttering?
I still love my joke where Ellie was talking about USB-C sharp, and I got to say, well, it's compatible with USB flat. I am so proud of that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and Ellie had nothing to follow it up with, which made it even better.
That's such a good one. But anyway, I stream on Twitch, and lately I've been reading audiobooks at night. Sleepy time with Millie. We finished Jurassic Park yesterday.
It's a wonderful book with nothing problematic.
Jurassic Park. Anyways, next we're probably going to read something like Hitchhiker's Guide or like Discworld.
And to answer Ellie's question, it's
the address is twitch.tv slash
Magical Millie.
Yeah, the other one probably won't work. Don't try it. I don't know what it goes to.
Don't.
There are excellent books available at elizabeth-mccoy.com and grcogman.com.
Yeah.
And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. You can help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Cindy, Ellie, Eric, Janadalak, Mickey, Shanshan, and Walter. And I appreciate how long that name has gotten. Well, how long that list of names has gotten. So until next time, this is Crash saying,
hey guys!
I'm really glad I found my way out of Plantain. That hurricane looked like it was going to be there for a few days. So yeah, I'm so glad that I left. Why is the floor wet? Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.